Hey everybody, this is Chad Jordan from Sport Clips. This is another edition of our Hall of Fame podcast. Thanks for joining us today. I'm in lovely Charlotte, North Carolina, and I've got a really special guest that we've had a blast the last couple of days. Well, I have had fun. I don't know about you.
I have.
But she's actually been responsible for some of the fun that I've had here visiting stores especially. And I wanted to unpack her story a little bit. She's a legend around these here parts in North Carolina, so definitely wanted to get her on the podcast, capture her story, and I don't know, maybe inspire others to follow in her footsteps. So without further ado, young lady, could you, why don't you do me a favor, tell me, give me your name, area, what you do, and who you do that for, and kind of all that.
Okay, I'm Casey Lackey, and I am a Sport Clips area manager for the Charlotte market. And I do it for Patrick Hardy. He's our team leader.
We call that Hardy Nation.
Hardy Nation,
around here.
yes, around here.
And you've been with Sport Clips how long?
12, 13 years.
Okay, so really you grew up in Sport
Yes.
Clips, to be honest.
This is all I've done here.
You're an OG. I mean,
OG.
right out of. So
Pretty
you went
much.
to community college,
Yep.
beauty school, or a school at a community college, and came right and got hired right away. Or was there? I mean, Sport Clips was already in the market. What was going on?
I actually got interviewed and hired in the Mooresville, North Carolina location.
Okay.
I actually went. They hired me because I had convinced them that I could cut men's hair, and I had convinced myself I could cut men's hair. So I went in for my.
So
interview.
is this 100% self-confidence, or
Oh,
it's
yes.
like you were just gonna fake it till you make it kind of thing?
I convinced I thought I was the bomb.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then a guy sat down in your chair and you went, oh, wait a minute, maybe.
No, they did my technical backwards. So
Oh,
they
okay.
hired me.
Okay.
They loved me.
Mhm.
From what I understand,
Mhm.
they thought I was great, and they just went ahead and hired me. And then they did my mannequin technical,
Mhm.
and the manager at the time.
And they've already made the decision, so it's
They've
not like
already
they can
hired me. No
withdraw,
backtrack, yeah.
rescind the offer.
Yes.
You had them between a rock and a
Yeah.
hard place.
And so she stopped me about halfway through my mannequin. I was like, I guess we got some work to do
Oh,
here.
wow.
And then I spent about 3 to 4 weeks in Burkdale.
Okay.
That's where I met Sue Harris,
Mhm.
my area manager. She's been my area manager for
We love
many,
Sue.
many
yes,
years.
yes. Hi, Sue. If you're listening or watching this on YouTube, hello.
Yeah. So she.
And Sue's the sweetest thing in the world.
Oh yes.
So
will
I'm
do
sure she
anything.
never made you feel inadequate.
She
or,
actually did not teach me. She passed me to her staff
Okay.
because at that time she was running Burkdale
Uh-huh.
and way too busy to deal with this kid that didn't.
Now here's a question. Had it dawned on you by that time, like, okay, maybe I don't know, or
Not a clue yet.
okay, you still thought, what is
I was
their
like,
problem?
what is going
Why?
on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these girls, she set me up in the back room, and you were in Burkdale,
Yep,
and it's
uh-huh.
teeny tiny back there. She set me
Yeah.
up, and she put this mannequin on there, and she gave me a few instructions, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
Mhm.
And so then these girls come back to get their guards or towels, and they're doing in between cleanup stuff, and they're coming up to me like, no, you're doing that wrong. And I'm like, oh gosh, what's going on? So
Mhm.
they pretty much each one by one stood there and helped me get my grip on how to cut men's hair.
Mhm. Why did you think you knew? Because at beauty school, I bet you weren't cutting a lot of
No.
men's hair. So did you think?
I
were
just
just so
thought I
confident?
did.
Yeah.
Like I'd done a few haircuts in the beauty school and decided when I came out that I knew what I was doing.
Mhm.
It was great. I'd done my brother's hair. It was great.
Did you ever have a devastating moment where it kind of dawned on you that, man, I'm not as good as I thought?
Yeah.
and-
After the third, probably stylist at Burkdale was like, oh.
Oh, bless your little heart.
Yes. What did you do? Just
On a
straight
live
honesty.
client?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh,
this
okay, on the mannequin.
They had not let me out
Oh,
of that room.
okay.
No, it was that bad.
Wow.
Yeah. I could cut them on
Mhm.
and make it
Yeah.
look like it, but I had no idea from that point. Clearly. Yeah.
So, how long before they turned you loose?
Probably about 3 or 4 weeks I spent.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
They really
at
dove
any point, are you going? Maybe I'm not going to get this. Maybe.
No,
maybe
they
I'm not
didn't
cut
let
out
me.
for this.
They-
No pun intended.
They were very supportive. They really went above and beyond for what they needed to do with this person.
Well, that
had no
probably
idea.
set you up well later for your manager career.
Yeah.
Now area manager.
Mhm.
The fact that
Yeah.
you had so much patience shown to you
Yes.
in an early stage of your sport clips
Yeah.
career. So eventually
Yes.
you break through, and
Yes.
they give you a time on the cutting floor
Yeah,
with an actual client.
I got really good at it.
Uh-huh.
I was I got so good at it, I was quick about it. So it was just something I was doing repetitively.
Mm-hmm.
It probably wasn't the best years of my life in Mooresville because I wasn't the best stylist that I could have been.
Yeah.
I was probably the worst stylist you could probably imagine in this way.
Well,
and I tell this story.
I can't imagine any bad stylist at Sport Clips, so I really don't know what you're talking about, Casey.
Yeah, I could.
But yeah, if working for another brand, I can imagine there being some bad ones. So
Yes.
you would rate yourself 1 out of 10.
1.
You would have given yourself a 1 on a Listen 360 survey.
All the way.
So shout out to was it a Hardy store still?
No, it wasn't. We
Okay.
were that was until 2011.
Okay, so at that point you're working for another. So whoever the team leader was, shout out to
shout
them.
out for them. I apologize.
For keeping you around and for those eventually loyal clients who
Oh
have,
yes.
come around.
So sorry.
And stuck with you.
Yes.
So what's the turning point in your career where you kind of went from a 1 out of 10 to, I mean, obviously now you're a 10 out of 10. What happened?
Sue Harris, once
Really?
again, yeah. She picked me up and she put me.
Sue was the manager.
She was my area manager.
Okay, so now she's the area manager at this time.
Yes.
And she.
No, this is probably 3 years into.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty hard to deal with at this point, and so they decided that I obviously was bored and I needed something to do.
Mm-hmm.
So they, you know what? There's an opening in management in the Hickory store. Let's see what she can do. So
wow, so they're going to give you this shot, even though as a proficient, you're not as.
They saw something. I'm assuming they saw something that I was just. So they picked me up. They put me in this store, and I cried for 2 weeks straight.
What was so hard about
it was
going
the
up?
realization of you are now in charge of someone's income,
Mm-hmm.
and when the busy times are, and you have to, you're in charge.
So you go and plus they transfer you to another store, right?
Yeah.
You're not cutting with the girls that you're normally hanging out with and familiar with and cracking jokes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So what was the intimidation factor
all of it.
like?
It was, you have a staff that you don't know they don't know you don't know them, and they got to trust you.
Looking back,
Yeah.
do you think that maybe they were just kind of rolling their eyes at A, your manager style, and B, your cutting skill at that time?
Probably,
yeah. I mean, imagine being in their shoes, right? And somebody comes in who's. So, how did you survive
Oh gosh.
that period? I mean, did you ever feel like, you know what, I'm just going to quit? I can't handle this. This is
No,
okay.
I don't think I did. I don't think, looking back, I don't think I did. I think I found my challenges was just, understanding that this was on me if it didn't work out. So.
You remember Tommy Callahan?
I do.
And he used to say, if it's to be, it's up to me.
Yep.
Yeah. So it sounds like you embodied that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
So it really, I mean, it felt, I decided then I was going to be a better person. I was going to be, I was going to do what I had to do to grow this business, and I was going to take care of the people around me.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to grow this business. I mean, it was.
So you're literally pulling yourself up from your bootstraps.
Pretty much,
and you're
I'm
having
growing
those,
up.
You're having those talks like looking in the mirror. And,
I'm
good
an
enough.
adult.
I'm smart enough. Gosh darn it, people like me. And you're kind of telling yourself that.
I gotta be an adult now. Yeah.
Right. So how did you adult up? What kind of steps did you end up taking?
I just kind of looked around me and looked at the store that I had and the people that I had, and I was just decided then that I was just we were gonna do the right thing. So
Did you lose any team members in the process who were like, I'm not here for this?
One.
Okay.
And probably the first year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long before you start to hit your stride?
6-7 months.
Okay.
We broke the belt real quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you end up doing to motivate your team to break goals, to set records, to stick it out with you?
Yeah. They probably my first couple weeks there, they all sat me down. We had our one-on-one time, and They told me things they didn't like about their job, and a lot of it sounded really familiar on that end, and I was just decided slowly that I was going to do the opposite of what, you know,
you weren't going to be a source of frustration. Yes. Not that you could solve everything, but you weren't going to contribute to anything.
I was going to show them that I care. That was my whole point. That we were going to have fun at work, and I care about you. So,
what are some things that you did to show that you care?
Well, I guess some of their frustrations were, Tiffany, she's going to kill me if she ever sees this. Tiffany is still with me.
Oh, hey, Tiffany. Hi.
So Tiffany had...
you know what, I'm going to tag her in this to make sure she does see it.
Yeah, she needs to see this. Okay. So Tiffany was probably she was my opening there, because she had very little trust in the company, and she had little trust in me and other people around her, and she probably kept me in my break room for about 2 hours telling me everything that was needed to be worked on. And so I just took mental notes of everything. Well, at the time she was about 3 months pregnant, and the whole time we were together.
So we could blame a little bit of that on hormones.
I don't
think so. Hey, you know, it might have been. I'm just saying, if you want to give her an out, I'm trying to help you here, Casey.
And I understood where she was coming from. So for months, she was worried about getting maternity leave, and you know, this was on her mind. And I had already checked in with Patrick about it, and we were, you know, I already knew this was set up for her. And she did not trust me. She did not know me for months and months and months. So you
reassuring her?
Yeah, every day. This was an every week conversation.
With her. Yeah.
I'm like, I will give you my paycheck. I am so sure of this. So Patrick came to visit me for like the first time since I had been manager, to kind of just sit down and, hey, I'm glad you're here, kind of a lunch, and he's leaving. She is coming in. Well, she sees him. And she turns real fast to the parking lot to go.
She's already in her car. Okay.
She sees him, and she's tapping on his window, and I'm going, oh no, what's going on? And she says, I'm Tiffany, and I work here, and I'm pregnant, and I want to make sure I'm getting maternity leave.
Had he ever met her before?
No.
Oh my God.
And he said, yeah, I know, I'm nice to meet you. She said, okay, well, you have a great day. And she come in, and I'm just watching her walking through the store. Okay, he said it was cool. We were good. And I was like, oh.
Wow.
Yeah. But I got it, you know.
Yeah.
She needs to trust me.
Yeah. And how many years ago was that?
It's now 8, I think, yeah.
So, obviously, the trust factor has come through.
3 years into it, yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, better late than never, right?
She quit questioning things. She's not one to like change, but she quit questioning. I remember the day it was. I turned around, I looked at her, and she didn't ask me why.
You know, it was so new, and
she's like, oh,
you hadn't felt that before.
Got it. Yeah.
Right. That's the day you became manager in her eyes.
Yes.
You know, that's really what happened, right? What are some things? Because we'll talk about being an area manager in a minute, but what are some things that you're most proud of when you managed, like whether it was building culture in your store or pep rally? What are some things that other managers or team members out there that want to be a manager
I enjoyed pep rallies. I enjoyed watching
So
people
it wasn't
grow.
necessary fun. Pep rallies weren't like mandatory fun.
No, this was fun. Yeah. Okay. We weren't going to do stuff that wasn't fun. We were always playing games. They always had a lesson to them, but they were always fun.
So you embraced that.
Yes.
Okay.
Laughing at work, that was big for me. Like
I think it still is.
Yeah. First thing in the morning, they always make fun of me when I would open. They would come in and I'd be like, hello, you know, first thing in the morning, and they were like, oh my gosh, I have not had coffee.
Was that too late?
It's really how you start their day. And, you know, I wanted to make sure, even if I came in the morning or in the afternoon, I wanted to make sure when I walked through the door,
it was a happy occasion.
Oh, yeah. They knew I was there.
Yeah, so, no mistaking it.
I love to laugh at work. Great day all day long.
I mean, you're already there away from your family. You're not at the beach.
Yeah.
Right? So why make it miserable?
Exactly.
Right? So you might as well enjoy it. You're going to be there that whole time.
Exactly. And I, you know, always, we, you know, when we have our downtime, we are cutting up, laughing, doing silly, stupid, cutting up things, just whether. Poor Patrick, I hope he never sees this.
I guarantee Patrick will see this. So
you know, if we were, you know, we would do like different little stunts. It was being bored and having fun at work and getting to have a good time.
I will say, and this is a shout out to #HardyNation.
Oh God, yeah.
The best social media culture of multi-unit team leaders that are out there. I can't even think right now who's second, because actually I can. It might be the Roberts, Dan Manji Roberts, but it seems like all the stores embrace that mentality. And I don't know if, I mean, now that you're an area manager, I don't know if you started that trend or not for them, but it really does seem like everyone enjoys it. You guys take fun risks on social media, you know, safe fun risks, and do things.
Please don't get hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, was that yesterday? I was telling you not to get hurt when you were standing on something, or
gosh,
maybe it was today. But it feels like you guys really have promoted this fun environment. You want to work for us, and what I see, maybe I'm crazy. I visited a lot of stores, and it seems like you guys are staffed pretty well, all the HardyNation stores that I go to. I think there's something to this having fun at work thing.
Yeah.
It
doesn't have to be work to me.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you're going to spend all this time with these people. You might as well get along. You might as well have fun.
Exactly.
And they're going to pay you to be there. Why not enjoy it?
That's what I always, this is what I always told anybody that I've worked with or that I hired or while we were there. You're not going to want to be here 100% of the time. If I've got 80%, I'm happy with that, because you do have kids or you do have a family, you do have stuff you want to do outside of work, but you're probably more at work than you are with your family most of the time, especially if you're a single mom or it takes 2 jobs to support a family now. So if I want you to be safe, I want you to be happy. So if this is your safe, happy place, I've done my job. I don't need to do anything else.
I love that approach. You manage, well, how many years?
Oh gosh, 8. Yeah.
Okay, 8 years, and then how does the area manager role fit in? How does that opportunity happen? Yeah.
They set up this program. I was sort of their guinea pig for this.
No, use another word.
I did. I was their dummy.
Yeah.
Patrick wanted to use this new. It was like a kind of, instead of throwing you into being an area manager, kind of steps to get there.
Get your feet wet.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was young at the time, and so, but I think
newsflash, you're still young. Knock that off. Okay.
Younger at the time. Okay. So he probably was like, this is a kid. I don't know about handing her half my business to do this. And it's a risk.
How many stores were there at the time?
Oh God. Like this past year for me?
No. When you started, a
manager?
As an area manager, when they're easing you into it.
Oh, probably 24 at the time.
Okay.
I would say.
Mm-hmm. But my point is, they clearly needed somebody as an area manager with that many stores.
Yeah, it was just Jen and Sue at this time, and they were maxed out at this point. So
they needed help.
Right.
Yeah.
So they gave me Denver. So me and Brandy, we've been together for a long time, and she's grown her store.
Yeah,
and so it was more of like a support, and her team is awesome. They have their own culture, and I started to see that my culture was different than her culture, and it doesn't have to be the same.
It really feeds off the personality of the manager.
Exactly.
And I will say this, Brandy, when you're watching this, my heart is still racing from the surprise confetti cannons that you shot off when we walked through the store today. And I think your clients are still scarred.
Yeah, they're probably still.
You might get some Listen 360 comments on that. Yeah, from scaring the tar out of people. But but now that I've met her and hung out with her, I can see their store feeds off that energy, just like like you're saying.
I think you build your own culture in your store when you finally understand.
Here's a question: who do you think is responsible for culture in the store? Is it the team leader or is it the manager?
I would say it falls back on the whole team. Honestly, you have to have. Sometimes it can't just be the manager. You have to you got to build trust first with
Mm-hmm.
with your coworkers, your stylists, your your friends at work,
and buy-in.
you
right?
got to,
Yeah.
And I think once I had the trust of the ones around me, they trusted anything that I just wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, then their ideas flowed in, my ideas flowed in. The next thing you know, we've got Christmas sweater weekends. Like, it explodes so fast. And, they have caravans when they do like a photo contest,
Mm-hmm.
like 2 or 3 a year. And, we were winning them every single time because they would come up with these great ideas. Because this team was like,
right, everybody's contributing and going for it, and
and they
and not caring about who gets the credit, probably.
No, they are just like, it's all one, like, it's Team Hickory or Team Denver, like it was their thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Denver takes the Halloween picture every year, like that's their thing. They will go all out for it.
I think they already started.
Yes,
yeah.
they have.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hickory usually took the Christmas. And then somebody else usually takes like the summer photo. Like, it's always something that they, this is our thing. This is what we do.
Yeah, we're going to own this corner. So you've got your feet wet. You'd like to be an area manager.
I do. I like it's so different.
Okay.
It is a different
So
work.
how's your role? I mean, you're not cutting hair every day
Right.
now, right? You're not
It's
in
weird.
a store. So what does an area manager do?
You are a support system to the manager. So if
Okay.
they, a lot of the times I feel like I've done a lot of listening, and
Mm-hmm.
when if there's going on something at home, or something's going on in the store and they can't, because a lot of times when you're a manager, you can't express your whatever's going on at home. If it's you're having a hard time or something's going on financially, there are so many things that can go on with a manager, and they can't go to their staff for this because that's not their burden to carry.
Mm-hmm.
This is, they come to you. That's your job. So my job is to take that from them, I think. And, if they're understaffed, I'm here. If they're, they want to do an event, I'm here. Like, it's more, I am a support system for them. I was taught by Sue, so she was my support system through a lot of not only just work, but
Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of being an area manager?
My favorite part, I don't know yet, honestly.
How long have you been doing it?
Since January.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's still kind of...
Yeah. I don't know yet.
But is it like a honeymoon period where everything's great, or are there some challenges that you wish
I'm
you had already...
adjusting. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I'm adjusting because I'm used to talking to people.
You're a
every
people
day.
person.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I get to the store and I think the ride in the car is where it gets me.
Mm.
Like, it's silent a lot of times, so I talk to Kristen a lot, which is she works in our office. So she's.
Well, you just call her just so
pretty
you're,
much. We're going over stuff, like that's where my time is to do my phone call stuff, and it's just different. It's different, and I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. It's just a whole different world.
Yeah, well, especially when you're used to being surrounded by 5 to 7 to 8 women. I don't
25.
know if you have, okay, at
one
a time, right? and all talking at once, and there's always something going on
all the time. Yeah.
And now that role's a little different.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch. I think the best part of it all is watching these people, watching these managers develop. That is probably my favorite part. Watching them grow and connect with their teams, and if there's an issue, they come straight to me. Like, the trust is built up with me and the manager to where the trust is there. I will support any decision that they make, and if they need anything, I'm here. And I just love watching. They enjoy pep rallies. That was not something that was looked forward to years and years ago.
Yeah.
It looked like it was a meeting in a sense, and now they're fun, and they're, people are posting them online, and in Raleigh they're doing. Jackie is killing it with these pep rallies, and I've just watched this company grow so much in the last 12 years. It's great. Yeah.
Well, you've been a big part of that, especially out here. What advice, if you had a time machine, would you go back to? By the way, you're an OG.
Yes.
That's what I call an OG, because you're original. You came right out of beauty school, started working at Sport Club's been here ever since. So I don't know. Maybe I'll start an OG series.
Yeah.
Maybe this will be the start of the OG series.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ask them about the cream coolers.
The what? The green floors. Oh, I know about the green floors. Trust me, because I've gone to some that haven't upgraded yet.
No.
Yeah, and then I would take a picture there, and then all these stylists would be like, on my
What
thread,
happened?
like, why do they have green floors? I thought they had to get rid of those. And I busted the store. Like, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Anyways, so you're in a time machine, and you go back to the original Casey out of beauty school, and it's her first day at Sport Clips. What do you sit down and tell her to help the transition?
The next 3 years are going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't. Maybe that was just my grown up time. Who knows? But I would.
Well, yeah. I mean, you were a kid. You were a kid, right?
Yeah.
Becoming an adult.
Yeah.
So whether you were working there or somewhere else, you were
Yeah.
going to have to figure it out.
I know, and luckily, they did see the potential that I had, because if I was the stylist that they had, I would have kept me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was
Mm-hmm.
I would just tell myself to cool it.
What do you know now as an area manager that you wish all your managers could know and just absorb and have it as a default?
That the stuff that you run into that you feel like are problems at that moment, they can be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stress out about it.
Okay.
You got to look at the whole situation, take a step back. You don't have to fix it right then unless it's an emergency. But when you're dealing with the situation, it doesn't have to be fixed right then.
It sounds similar to something I've heard where don't take your work home with you, kind of
Right,
thing.
that's hard.
Like if as much as you can when
Right.
you leave, if there's issues or whatever, go home, enjoy your time with your family, decompress.
Yep.
If you have to face the issue the next day, do it.
Put it
But,
away.
yeah.
That was never something I did. I have a very, very supportive husband.
Mm-hmm.
Very supportive.
Mm-hmm.
He does not know my life before Sport
Mm-hmm.
Clips. So as a
That's all he
manager,
knows, yeah.
like he doesn't know me as a stylist.
Yeah.
So this is all he has put in his time with this company.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like any decision or any idea I had, he was supportive. He stayed up with me many nights, coming up with like decorations or ideas and helping me make them. And like last Christmas, we made boxes out of like a chimney, and he helped me paint them. Like that. Shout out to him
Mm-hmm.
for real.
It's like a military spouse that has to relocate with their
He
their
just
husband or
drove
wife.
many parades and
Uh-huh.
helped me and jumped into sporting when I needed it. Like biggest support. So
Well, I
taking it home sometimes it's how you make it when you take it home. If
Yeah.
you take it home as a burden,
yes,
it will be.
that's a great point.
If you make it part of your family, it will be.
Mhm.
So if there's an issue at work that needs to stay at work, it needs to stay at work. It can be dealt with tomorrow. It's not something, unless the store's on fire, it's the stuff that I let myself stress out about could have been dealt with later.
Why let a rough moment ruin the whole day?
The whole
right?
day, yeah.
Or weekend sometimes.
Yeah. Let it go. Let it.
So, I've had, I've only been here the last couple days, but some of the most memorable store visits you've been a part of, and credit to you and to Sue. I mean, Sue was there yesterday as well. So, what you guys have built in this, I love North Carolina, of course, in my home state, but what you guys have built as a culture around here and the vibe, it seems like every team member loves it, loves being a part of, whether it's, for you guys, Hardy Nation, but even other team leaders and other groups here. I don't know if it's something in the water, but you guys are doing so. I think it's the accent. I think it's the way y'all talk, which, by the way, I could listen to. I might listen to this podcast on a loop just to hear your accent over and over again. But here's what I want to do, because it's late, and you've been so gracious. You drove me around today after you cleaned your car out for me, so thank you for that. And, but I've got 10 questions to end the podcast with.
Absolutely.
And then you got to get home and eat at some point.
Yeah.
So. Okay, number one, which superpower would you most like to have?
Oh gosh, let's see. I'd like to fly.
Fly? Yeah, because then you could get there quicker and start talking to the team and not be on the road. Right? So. What is your personal motto?
My personal motto, oh gosh, what would they say? I don't know that I have one. I might have too many. I don't know.
You want to come back to it?
Yeah.
Other than where you live now, Where else in the world would you most like to live?
I would like to live in Florida, surprisingly, on the Gulf.
Okay.
Because my husband likes the Gulf.
Yeah. What words or phrases do you most overuse?
Everything is fine.
Okay. Even when it's not? Isn't that a meme? Everything is fine when it's on fire or whatever, and the dog or whatever's sitting in there.
Yep.
Everything is fine. What sound or noise do you love?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think I am so used to hearing ESPN on the TV.
No. Okay. I thought that might be the answer to this next question.
Yeah.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Oh, the TV is on the ESPN.
Okay, all right.
Except at 4 o'clock when it's what is it where the guys come on and they do the questions?
PTI?
No, HQ or
around the
highly
horn?
questionable.
Oh yeah, highly questionable. Oh yeah, with Poppy.
Yeah.
Okay, and these next 3 questions are kind of together. When they make a movie based on the story of your life,
oh gosh,
what actress are you going to pick to play you?
I would like Rachel McAdams.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I like that. Notebook, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that where she's from? Okay,
I
good,
love
good
her.
one. Okay, and then what band is going to do, or musician is going to do the soundtrack?
I really love CCR.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they still?
I don't know that they're probably not even.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think he's still alive. I think John Fogerty's still there.
Yeah.
And then what is the title of that movie based on the story of your life?
Oh gosh,
I think I might know. I'll let you say first.
I don't know. Something about culture, at least.
Can I pick it?
Yeah.
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
Last question. If heaven indeed exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Oh my gosh, that's just going to be emotional.
For him or for you?
Both.
Okay.
I hope. For me, it would probably. I would hope he would say, "Job well done."
Nice. Yeah. Well, you're not at the pearly gates yet, but I will say you're doing a great job.
Oh, thanks.
And I've loved the time we've gotten. I know it's coming to an end here for this trip, but your area is fantastic.
Thank you.
It seems like you've really grown into this role
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
I know you're only
I'm
8
learning.
or 9 months into it,
Yeah.
but you've got first of all, you get great mentors.
Oh yeah, I got a great support
You got
at
great,
home, at work,
great
all the way
support
around.
with your husband, great team leader, and great stores.
Mm-hmm.
So seems like you're really set up for success.
Yeah,
So.
and I hope I hope, and I've set a good example for others.
Yep, you're blazing a trail for sure. So yeah, I think we're gonna have this be
Okay.
the first
perfect.
OG
Oh gosh,
episode.
Good.
I think this is a good way to. So you're the OG of the OGs.
I'm the OG.
First OG.
I want to know who the oldest OG is. That's the question.
That is a great. Oh, I like that. Find out
We're
on the
gonna
next
find
OG podcast. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll be able to find them out. So
I'm trying to think of here in this state who it is. I have no idea.
well, I'm sure it's somebody from Texas, but we'll figure that out.
Yep.
But at any rate, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks for everybody for listening. We'll have another episode for you next week.
All right.
Hey, look at that. 33
Great.
minutes. That's
Oh, we're
perfect.
good.
That is